Hello, I'm FireGhast, and welcome to another Ask GHAST. This is number 10. We made it to number 10. That's always a fun accomplishment. So we're gonna be answering some questions today. Starting off with Mad Mel Gaming. What's the best at-home cardio I can do? I don't have any equipment and can't really leave the house to jog. Well, you can take you can do jumping jacks, you can do burpees, you can do frog squats, you can do bodyweight squats, you can do lunges around the house, which is more for muscle, but you can still kind of get tired from it. You can take a bunch of stuff and put it in a backpack and then do like kettlebell swings with it. What else can you do? You can jog in place, which is kind of boring, but it is something you can do. You can get a game like Ring Fit Adventure, which is pretty good for cardio. I think it's mostly good for cardio, in my opinion. Or you can do like circuits that you can find online, and those would be kind of like off the top of my head things you can do for that. Reed Wada, favorite class in Fire Emblem? Hero. Ethan, correct me if I'm wrong, but I remember on Twitter some time ago you said that you didn't like Dmitry X Happy support because it made characters like Lambert and Patricia look dumb, and I haven't looked much into their support yet, so do you care to elaborate on your thoughts about it? That was a few months ago, so I forget a lot of what made me mad about it, because if you guys ever follow along my post thoughts on support sciences, you'd know that I have routinely said I forget what I write about. Off the top of my head, what annoyed me and what made Lambert and Patricia not look good was because Cornelia had like such annoyingly aggressive reach that it made Lambert look like he couldn't get any, like Lambert and Patricia like couldn't get any alone time, and it like made Lambert just kind of look like a coward. It just kind of showed Lambert in a poor light. It just didn't really answer anything, and kind of just made things more complicated than like actually kind of zeroing down on really anything. As far as I remember, it doesn't really help us reveal if Cornelia is like a replaced Cornelia or not, because Cornelia was like apparently like replaced after the kingdom got kind of renovated. But then the whole like Cornelia like messing with Happy thing happens really early on. So like, has she ever been swamped? Cornelia doesn't have an alter ego, so it doesn't really answer that question. It was just kind of confusing, and that's all I remember basically. Aberdeen Harder. What was your favorite part about Randomize's Three Houses playthrough? I think maybe like just the students being discovered, or maybe like Leonardo being Dmitry and Catherine being Lambert. That was really funny. That was fun. Babylith was really funny. Tall Ash was really funny. It was a great one. I'm excited for season 2. Zio, what is your least favorite sport and why is that? I would say my least favorite sport is golf. I don't know what's going on in there. Common paddle. Corn on the cob or creamed corn? Corn on the cob. Give me some corn on the cob there. Qualified Nugget. Have you ever played Advance Wars? Once when I was on my family was taking a roadie. I played it for a bit, but I never beat it. Flameclaw 980. You said you'd do other routes in the randomizer when it got updated. Does that include Cinder Shadow? That's actually a good idea. I could do a Cinder Shadows run as well, I suppose. Will there be another randomized Let's Play? Yes. When it gets updated and there's new models to be swapped out and more combat arts to be randomized, that's going to be season 2. Do you think there is an underrated or overrated route? If not, then do you appreciate them all? I have played this game so many times, but I actually never played Silver Snow. That was part of my like solo run with the Ashen Wolves, but that kind of fell off. I don't know. Underrated or overrated? I don't know. I haven't played the other 3 routes enough at all. I can only really speak for Blue Lions, but I think everyone has a good I think the majority opinion is that Blue Lions is pretty good. There are some like not good parts about Blue Lions, mainly that it leaves a lot of unanswered questions and it kind of like weasels its way out of pretty important plot points. Like, yes, technically the big heads for those who slither in the dark like get killed. Like Talus is dead, Cornelia is dead, Solon is dead, Kranya is dead. Mycin is pretty much like the only guy left, and then you defeat him, but he runs away. to just kind of say like they're not completely defeated yet. I just think it was kind of like a Weasley way to just kind of like get rid of, like to make us not really think about, oh, well, what's happening to Tullus if he's like still running around in Blue Lions, but he actually did die? I don't know. I just thought it was kind of like an anticlimactic way to end that, when it still should matter to Dmitry figuring out who was responsible for the incident. It kind of leaves the answer, like, it kind of leaves that whole thing unanswered, and it lets those who sit in the dark run free. I know in some endings they actually, like, they take care of it in the ending, but I think that's just kind of like a really annoying shortcut in my opinion. I still don't see a problem with trying to find a way to put the dubstep army and then having Nemesis come back to life in Azure Moon somehow. You could probably have Arundel just escape and then have him be Tullus and then have Hubert give the letter, and that could have just solved the problem, and then maybe Tullus and Dmitry could have had like a really like hardcore discussion before he actually gets killed, and then you fight Nemesis and then you kind of round out everything. I think that'd be a really good one. That's how I would fix. I know that's not really the answer, but if anyone was asking how to fix Blue Lions, that'd be it. How am I today, GHAST? Asks Tristan. I'm doing okay. Chess player, do you ever think Fire Emblem is overrepresented in Smash? Do the Smash characters help or hinder the FE community? Not really. I mean, I can see the argument. I feel like if Fire Emblem was always Western to begin with, then like maybe people like wouldn't mind it as much, but I guess that's kind of like a reality we don't live in. If it's overrepresented, I think you can make the case that arguably it is. If it were up to me, I'd probably put in different characters for sure. But yeah. And do the Smash characters help or hinder I think it helps. I think anything that gets the word out for Fire Emblem community is fine. Like, I know like Smash Fire Emblem or Smash Ultimate community like has beef with us, just because like we have a bunch of characters in the game, but like it doesn't hurt us at all. You know, like at least I don't think so. I think the bigger rise to power us Fire Emblem fans can have, the better. Completely perplexed. What is your favorite and least favorite Fire Emblem Three Houses route and boss, and why? My favorite route, Blue Lions. Least favorite route is... When I say least favorite route, I want to make it clear that it's just because I don't know it enough. I would say Crimson Flower would be like my least favorite, but it's not like there's 4 routes and I haven't played and I haven't beaten one through yet. And why? I don't know. It just seems short. Pacing's breakneck, like most. Edelgard, I feel like, is kind of hard to sympathize with. You have to kind of like dig into her supports more. So for the first time player, it's kind of hard for them. I would feel like for the most part, Fire Emblem players who play Edelgard's route I wouldn't say, like, they might have a hard time, just because I feel like a lot of what we learn about Edelgard's beef with Crimson Flower and the church is kind of like hidden behind paralogs and reasons why we hate the church, and maybe they could have gotten into more kind of backstory for Edelgard, like more kind of like showing us what's going on rather than just kind of saying what's happening or us making the inference. It's also hard for me to like Edelgard after like doing so much research on Dmitry and like really liking him, and then having Edelgard like do a mirror on his face. Yeah. Amy T, can we be friends? You're super chill, smart, and funny, and just seem like a cool person. And I need more people in my life. Okay. Hash Brown Slinging Slasher. Would you ever consider doing a Shining Force 2 LP? That would be sick. You're like the only person I know who loves that game. I would not consider it. I love that game, but I don't think I'd play it on the channel. I think it would alienate a lot of folks, and it'd be really nice for the niche that does like it, but I think it'd probably not do too well for analytics, and I'd probably need to spend my time on other things. What's my opinion on Ignatz? Love his design. He's a nice guy. Haven't really thought much about him though. Joakim, do you share an S support with anybody in your life? No! Minsky, which character in Three Houses did you end up loving that you thought you were going to hate? Which character subverted your expectations? Okay, this is a funny one, but I really wasn't really enjoying Hilda's design or really anything going into Three Houses, but I do like I really like Hilda's design in the time skip. I think her personality is just like too fun not to like. And her supports are pretty good. So I would say she would be a character who I grew to love. And I guess kind of subverted my expectations as well. Maybe Gilbert as well too. I think Gilbert would be another one. Mr. Ruse. Which Three House boss gave you the most trouble and how did you beat it? Maybe Rhea. Probably Rhea in Crimson Flower because I kind of rushed it and yeah. What is the character you feel the most nothing about and that is fairly popular in FE? Like you don't hate them or like them. You just don't know how to feel about that character. Probably like Ephraim and Erica, Roy, Seliph, Marth, probably those. Yeah, probably those guys. Someone asks, Impacts Pomum asks, why is Constance so annoying? I don't know. I think she's great. Will Kest to think. Will likes to think. Wow, that was really bad. Will likes to think. Top 10 sexiest anime ghasts in Fire Emblem. I'll let you guys decide that one because I don't know how to answer the question. 2004 Honda Civic. I like that name. Coca-Cola or Pepsi? I'm a Pepsi guy. Actually, I'm a Coca-Cola guy. Yeah, I'm a Coke guy. Mailman, what existing Fire Emblem universe would you like a new game in? I'd like Magville to have some sequel. It's kind of hard to have a sequel for Magville. I feel like if they want to do a sequel for Magville, it'd have to be like post Grotto Earthquake and maybe like 20 years down the line. And maybe like Grotto tries to like figure something out and ends up being like, well, I guess it's kind of like a retread of the original Sacred Stones. Or like even a Three Houses sequel, because I think they can leave a lot of stuff up to guess. Favorite and least favorite villains. My all-time favorite villain in Fire Emblem is Orson from Fire Emblem Sacred Stones. And my least favorite Fire Emblem villain would probably be Zephiel. I think Zephiel might be my least favorite. Great Riek. What mechanic from Three Houses would you like to come back in the next new installment? New as in not a remake. Battalions, dude. Man, battalions are fun as fuck. Blow Jabba the Hutt. Okay. As the sexiest Fire Emblem YouTuber in Three Houses, what couple do you wish had a support if they didn't already have one? I don't think the first part was like meant as part of the question, but thank you for the compliment. Maybe Cyril and Dorothea. I think that might be a good one. Because like they're both kind of, they're not noble and they don't, and like Dorothea doesn't really, I would be curious to see like how they would interact. Do they have supports? I don't think they do. Cyril supports Fire Emblem. Yeah, I think Dorothea and Cyril would be maybe a cool idea. Because I don't think they do. Nope, they don't. I would say Cyril Dorothea. I'd like to see how that works out. Noob player, I hear you've watched some Jojo. Who is your favorite villain so far, whether it be for motive, charisma, design, or sheer glamour? I think, fuck, I don't even remember his name anymore. The guy with the bombs. He was a cool ass dude. Or do you mean like any villain at all? Whole Horse was pretty funny. The villain that Chris Hackney voiced in Golden Wind, Jocko, man, he was funny too. That was a pretty badass fight, I'm not gonna lie. That was a really good fight. Bearman98, how would you improve the classes and mastery systems with Three Houses? I made a video on this, but basically like just maybe get rid of master classes and just put them in advanced, because honestly, like they don't need to be master classes. Except for like 4 classes of them. How would you improve the Dark Mage / Bishop classes so that they are exclusive to Hubert in terms of usefulness? Oh, so that they aren't basically exclusive. I think the problem with like Dark Mages and Dark Bishop classes is that like only like 2 or 3 characters actually have Dark Magic. In fact, I think it's only 2 of them. So it's really like underutilized and stuff. I don't really see a problem in having other characters be able to kind of just have Dark Magic in their repertoire. because like, first of all, not only is it super exclusive, but there are exclusive dark magic spells, which kind of makes sense because the enemy exclusive ones are like super busted. But I think it would help kind of help diversify just like magic kits. So they would have like some cool dark magic spells, I guess. They'd have to be ungender locked because they already are. I think it'd be just that, like just have different characters have other dark magic because it's like people like using dark magic. It's really fun for people to use them. It's kind of neat, kind of niche, fun effects, you know. I'd say just let more people be able to use them and not limit that to just men. Sheepamoo, favorite Fire Emblem waifu from each game? I'm not gonna answer that question. I'd have to like look at all the rosters and see again, but I can tell you that Tanith is my number one. Sophie, who is the most attractive Three Houses character and why is it Lambert? You answered the question. Nate Robbins, what is your favorite game and video game, board game, etc. that you like playing with friends and why? I guess Smash is it's kind of a generic answer, but yeah, Smash. Scattergories is actually another one that I really like playing with my friends and Scattergories would probably be like my favorite because it's a fun ass game. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Thank you for sticking around and watching. If you guys liked this one, please leave a like and comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. And with that being said, I will see you in the next one. Deuces.